Join Avenue. What does it do? How do you complete it? Should you eat it? Questions we will all be answering within this video. We'll be going over absolutely every single thing that you could ever want to know about Join Avenue and nothing more. That's the entire purpose of this video. Let's get started. Before I gave a tertiary look at it, just showing you what your basic goals were, what you were supposed to do here, but not really what you could earn from doing so. Things have developed a lot. We've gone from this to this, and now this. Look at this! We got buildings inside of a building! I didn't even think that was legal! So starting us off, going over this again, the town map shows that I have had 316 of you visit my Join Avenue. It's amazing. Let's start off with the very first thing that you would get in a visit to Join Avenue, your passerby. You're guaranteed 2 passerby every day, but can get more based on story progress. Some sources claim this is based on Avenue rank, but I think that's a fallacy because I'm rank 29 and I only started getting a 3rd visitor after earning the Bolt badge. Here my passerby visited multiple shops. This can potentially happen. I've had it visit all of my shops before, and you get more and more points the more shops they end up enjoying. You get more visitors than the guaranteed number each day by doing anything multiplayer with anyone. This is anything from as major as battling and trading to as minor as passing them by on the sea gear. They will always show up in Join Avenue, and it can remember 12 people at a time. You'll want to empty out your guaranteed ones first before doing anything multiplayer related because it will start forgetting people after the 12th one, and you don't want that. Due to guaranteed passerby increasing with the story, I'll be frank, it is far, far, far easier to complete Join Avenue after the main story. I was just weird and completed it early because I could actually do multiplayer stuff with people. Plus, I'm doing this now because I think it would be nice for you to know what your goals are before you get to work on it. Another reason why it's good to wait until the post-game is the gym leaders. They will start showing up as random pity passerby after that point. The gym leaders give 1,000 points for a correct recommendation, and this is what they all enjoy. Passerby can be recommended a shop, which will raise your points toward ranking up Join Avenue, which will have its own rewards, or they can be invited to open up their own store. There are medals for opening stores up to 50 times, and for recommending customers stores they like up to 100 times. The best guide for what their wants and needs I've ever seen is on Smogon, believe it or not. I'll have this linked in the description, but that guide is excellent and organizes the information in such an easy to understand way. Oh hey, look at that, I'm rank 30. It's the People's Avenue. To customize how your character appears in Join Avenue, go to your trainer card and set your trainer class. I considered maybe changing off of the default Pokemon nurse that I was assigned at random, but then I remembered that Blaze's mom is a nurse, and that's really cool, her following in her mom's footsteps. Nurses are awesome. Now that we've ranked up, let's talk about the Unlockables and go to our office. Yeah, this place is pretty boppin' too, wouldn't you say? A lot bigger. I even got a clown for my office. Do you have a clown in your office? No, that's how rich I am. We start the avenue with these 2 ace trainers as our assistant, with the girl ace trainer being able to change certain settings about the avenue, and assistant number 2 being this useless loser who just tells you everything is great. At rank 2, we get Tick Tick Gardener. Aha, Sneaks, may I help you? Tells you all sorts of things about your data, about things. Let's see how we're doing on this. So the most link trades I've ever anybody join Avenue is 14 with Shiro. Let's see, we got... I have by far the most customers. This is mildly interesting, but sometimes passerby will want to go to a record holder's shop and you'll have to know this. At rank 4, we get a nurse that can restore a Pokemon to full health on Join Avenue, even though it's right beside a Pokemon Center and you do no Pokemon battling in here. Yeah, it's a bit ironic, but I think the basic features of Join Avenue are amazing, and it's the unlockables that are useless and crappy. I don't know, it's weird. At rank 6, the owner will come back and we can change the Avenue's neon arc as we wish. It'll give a fresh look to the Avenue. Won't it delight our visitors even more? Tick Tick, I'm Gardener. Please talk to me when you want to change the neon arch. Keep up the good work! You change the ceiling color, not the neon arch. We have the Star Orange, the default, Aurora Purple. Whoa, that is mystical! It's okay. You can always see the ceiling reflected in the floor, so this does change the overall color of the avenue. That has a futuristic tone to it, which could be kind of neat, kind of a techno look. But I think Aurora Purple beats them all. Oh, when I changed it, okay, so I've been leveling this up off screen, and this guy will come in, he'll show up every time that we exit the room and come back, and because that counted as exiting the room when we talked to that guy, it triggered this cutscene even though we didn't come in through the front door, and now the cutscene is glitching out because we're facing to the side and not the front. He's just shouting in here, I have a piece of advice for you today. You want an assistant that suits your preferences, wouldn't you? Why don't you choose one of the visitors? It's quite easy. Talk to the person and choose recruit. The higher the current avenue rank is compared to the person's ideals, the better chance you'll have of recruiting him or her successfully. Please bring even more delight to our visitors. Keep up the good work. That is the rank 8 reward. If we talk to her again, you notice that she's named Eliza now. And this useless lump on a desk is named Greg. These are passerby that I was able to turn into my assistants. The ability to do that is unlocked at rank 8, and it can be a great way to include your friends in your joint avenue or just somebody that you like, even if you don't like the stores and goods that they offer. At rank 10, today I want to say how grateful I am. Thank you for doing so much to develop this avenue. You are truly deserving, sneaks. I'd say you made the avenue your own. Because of that, you have earned the privilege of renaming the avenue. Please consider a new name for Joint Avenue that describes its character. This will be visible on our trainer card, so choose wisely. Going with the whole theme of J names and A names for everything, I think I'm gonna rename this to Amethyst Avenue. Fits its color too. Wonderful. Sneaks, Amethyst belongs to you now. I'll leave everything to you. Continue developing the avenue so visitors will be even more delighted. Hi, I'm Jackie. Please talk to me when you want to change the avenue's name. Keep up the good work. The name's updated even on the town map. This is the first time in which the player has ever been able to name a location in a Pokémon region. The only limitation with naming Joint Avenue is on the status screen. Pokemon that are obtained in Joint Avenue, such as through eggs, will only ever show as being obtained in Joint Avenue, not the name that you gave it. I guess it would just be a little too much on the multiplayer to be able to handle that. And for giving it a name... Avenue of Fame. I seriously did not mean for that to rhyme. The metals are within my veins, controlling me. There's rewards for rank 15 and rank 20, but I want those to be among the last topics that we discuss just because of what they are. So for now, we're gonna skip to what we got for rank 30. I'm gonna get a present to recognize my efforts, please take it. Every 10 ranks that you go up after rank 20, you get a rare candy. On every in-between level, it's a Stardust. Not too exciting, but it's there. The final reward comes at rank 100, the highest possible. It's a Comet Shard. So let's say that you want to fill up Joint Avenue with lots of passerby and level up and get all sorts of cool stuff. But you probably are thinking none of this applies to you because you can't make your way out to some far-off big city and go to a big meetup of people playing this game, and the online died years ago. I have good news for you. We're going to Verbank Complex. Yeah, first encounter. We're catching ourselves a Magnemite. These Pokemon are remarkably easy to catch, being available early on in the story. They can have Sturdy for their ability, making them impossible to knock out in one hit. But that one had Magnet Pull. Getting one with Magnet Pull is not bad either, because with that, you increase the encounter rate for Steel-type Pokemon and thus can keep getting more Magnemite. What do we want this Magnemite for? Frickin' hate you. Okay. As I was saying, because of Sturdy making it basically impossible to fail catching these and Magnet Pull making it so easy to keep encountering more of them, Magnemite is an excellent throwaway Pokemon for just farming Pokemon that you could trade with other people. So now we need someone to trade this with. The answers to all your troubles and so much more lie in your internet settings. Go over to DNS. I'm going to say do not auto-obtain DNS and instead do a detailed setup. And now for the part that actually solves your Join Avenue problems. I'm gonna type in a custom DNS for a Pokemon private server. This is all thanks to the hard work of some fans who call themselves the Poke Classic Network. I have a link to their website in the description. Not every feature has been resurrected in this way, some of it's still a work in progress, but the GTS happens to be one that they have gotten working. I've never talked to you before. We're gonna go do a global trade on Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Also, yeah, I have 97 hours and 25 minutes on my playtime because it counts the playtime up if you have your C gear enabled, even if the system is closed. It's a weird oversight, but that's why my playtime is so high. And it's going to bother me a lot going forward because I don't like having inflated playtimes on things. It just bugs me. Yes, let's connect. I'm not doing any sort of piracy or anything illegitimate here at all. This is all unofficial hardware, and it's that easy. All I did was change a number. Wait, what? Okay, I'm back. After looking into it, I learned that some ISPs will block you from doing funny things to the DNS you're connecting to because they can't track that and use it to sell you advertisements, and we can't have that. If this happens, there exists a program called Reconnect24. Saying it out loud made me realize the pun. That's pretty clever. Okay. Anyway, what you need to do is run this program on a computer that is in the same Wi-Fi network that you're trying to use on your DS, and you need to set the primary DNS to the one it gives you. I have a link to where you can find this in the description. Additionally, the Poke Classic Network maintains a Discord server which has a support channel, and they should be able to help you with any other problems that you have. Let's see. Oh my god, I see it working on my desktop. I see it doing things. Come on, saving. I've never seen this place before. Oh my god, it's a sprite background and not a model background. That looks so weird. Oh my god, I've never seen this menu before or heard this song in game. I only have ever heard it in the OSD. Wow, okay. We'll put up our Magnemite for trade. And for that, I want Magnemites. Basically what you do is you go to Verbank Complex, put up Magnemites, accept any Magnemite in return at any level, and then you in turn put all those Magnemite on the GTS, doing this in an endless loop in order to farm passerby for Join Avenue. This is amazing. I have such a big dopey smile on my face right now because I've never done any of this before. It's my first time seeing any of this running on an actual system. God, I almost feel bad for what I named this thing now. So it's being offered for trade now. Hopefully somebody will accept it. This was a trend that was started by some Japanese players, and then when the game released in the rest of the world, everyone else just kind of took advantage of this already cultivated community of trading Magnemite for other Magnemite in order to grow their Join Avenues. It's kind of a neat thing that I think could only happen in the Pokemon community. If I may stop here for a moment, I want to make you aware that the only reason any of this ever happened is because of passionate fans who wanted to preserve these things and spent tons of time reverse engineering how they could make it happen when their official publisher had abandoned these games. It's more than just Pokemon too. There's a whole bunch of teams that have gotten other Nintendo games online, such as Weemfi running a Mario Kart Wii private server with hundreds of active players to this very day. That's amazing. This is partly in thanks also to a group called Keiru, who made private servers for Nintendo mobile games such as Miitomo and Pokemon Duel. In the process of figuring all this out, they found an exploit that let DSs connect to private servers without any hacking, and so that's where this all got started. The developers of these services run this off their own dime and make them available for free. They accept donations if you'd like to help with preservation efforts, and I have that linked in the description. I've also given a donation myself. Oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. It's amazing to see this working in 2023. It's Sparkle's Magnemite. I like my name better. That's kind of sad, man. You didn't even try. Whose is this? I gotta know. It looks so weird to see that happening slowly. We get a sturdy by Go Bind. Go bind yourself. No, seriously, thank you. This is gonna be a nice bit of history here. Go Bind, whoops. How has the Magnemite been doing since I traded to you over the GTS? That's so cool to see, man. This guy didn't have one, but it brings me to my next mechanic involving passerby, Souvenirs. They're a strange mechanic that happen occasionally. These are like pickup. No, really, they're a lot like pickup, where it's a lot of the same items, and as Join Avenue's rank goes up, the items get better. There's no King's Rocks or leftovers, but eventually you can get items as good as Pearl Strings, which sell for a ton. And yep, there's medals for this too, up to 100 souvenirs for the top one. This looks so much cooler than how it looked before. I love getting it the way I like it. That's everything you would ever want to know about Passerby, how you get them in 2023 and beyond, and also everything that you get from guiding them to the stores they want to go to. Now, let's get to the best part, the amenities. Shops, even of the same type, will have different inventories based on the person who runs it. All shops have 10 possible ranks, and at ranks 4 and 8, they get physically larger like we've seen. Shops carry a finite amount of resources and will restock daily, so if we buy anything, it will not be there afterward until another day passes by. You may only have 8 shops on Join Avenue, and there are 8 varieties of shops, so you can choose to skip a shop type if it isn't appealing and have 2 of something else, or just go all in on one shop type that you really, really love and that you gotta have. To open a 9th store, one of them must be torn down. We're gonna get started with the Raffle Shop. Raffle shops do not vary. Just have one of them in your Join Avenue unless you really, really gotta have 2 draws at a lottery per day. There are 10 prizes and you always get something. Rather than affecting inventory, the rank only affects your chances of getting the better prizes. The grand prize is a Master Ball. This is your only way of freely obtaining Master Balls and might be attractive to some collectors who just gotta have Pokemon in specific ball types. Now the result is Max Elixir! Hell yeah, that's good. Antique shops are weird. They're grab bags that contain shards, Pokeballs, Everstones, selling items, rock gems, and evolutionary items. The dud prize is always a hard stone no matter which type of rock that you purchase. I've heard horror stories of people having 999 hard stones for maxing out this place. They can potentially give fossils, but not until after the main story, as there's no way to resurrect them until then. In case you're wondering, the lottery shop and antique shop have their RNG seeded to the calendar day, so it's not possible to just save and reset for better prizes. Antique shops do have variants that give different items, but this isn't the exclusive way to obtain anything except for Electrizers in Black 2 and Magmarizers in White 2, which you would have to trade for Electivire and Magmortar anyway. Definitely build one of these shops, but I wouldn't worry about having multiple. The shards and big money items are available regardless of the variant, so it's not worth worrying about. Let's see, we got some big stuff up here. Costs 1,000, Hardstone, and then a Chunk S rank. You can only get this if you have rank 10, come on. Nugget! I made quite the profit there, nice. Even Hardstones don't sell for horrible amounts of money. So I gotta make you aware of this store. This freaking store is Studio Dumbass. It used to be Barber Dumbass and then Salon Dumbass. I love that. Barber dumbass. She just brings in the head shears and cuts off your head like in a cartoon. The fact that she's a scientist makes it even funnier. Anyway, beauty salons increase happiness with some of their items, such as down here. More expensive ones will increase happiness more. And then you have makeup, which raises happiness but lowers effort values in a given stat. These are the best way of reducing effort values in the game and can reduce an unwanted stat all the way to 0 so that you can gain more in other stats in their place. Every barber is able to lower every stat. Here we got HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. But we only have 3 of these that reduce them significantly. That's the only reason why you would ever want to have 2 of these. Level 1 makeup reduces an effort value by 50 points, level 2 makeup by 100, and then level 3, which I don't have unlocked yet, will completely reset the stat all the way back to 0 effort values. If there's one shop I'd be okay with skipping, it's this. It's really only useful if you just gotta have perfect EV training on your starter Pokemon. Nice to have a way of lowering effort values other than berries, though. Saying that out loud, I think I mainly want attack on Pignati rather than special attack. Let's lower its special attack EV to make room for other stuff. It might be a little silly to do this now, but it didn't really cost much. It's fine. Dojos are the opposite, increasing effort values in a stat and also allowing you to purchase levels. 1 for 10,000 or 4 for 42,000. Don't buy levels here. The return is awful for the money and you're better off doing it somewhere else. But this is the best shop for raising effort values, and that's definitely worth it. It's forward about how many points you're getting with the number in the level, which is pretty nice. They're usually not that forward about how exactly effort values work in terms of raw numbers, so I appreciate it. It's good, it's just expensive. Markets are pretty nifty. It feels so wrong getting rid of Janice, and many of you echoed this sentiment when I talked to you about this at conventions. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? There are 4 types of markets, and they all sell Moo Moo milk and fresh water no matter what. As time goes by, they all carry ethers, making them the only way to freely purchase these. It always bothered me how ethers, are clearly manufactured by a company somewhere because they come in a bottle, yet they weren't being monetized because you can't spend money for them anywhere. But now it all makes sense. Janice just had a monopoly on the whole industry. We can now freely buy PP restoring items. In time beyond that, all markets begin selling PP ups and max revives. Additionally, the only places to buy these. All of these guaranteed items sound amazing, so what exactly does the variance do for you? Discount bulk X items and discount bulk vitamins. That's it. Markets are a great backbone shop, and I wouldn't worry about having more than one of them either. I mean, come on, are you really just begging because you can't bear to pay full price for more than 12 vitamins in one day? I kinda don't think so, so I wouldn't really do that. After the main story is complete, all markets begin selling max repels, revives, hyper potions, and full heals, and they charge less than Pokemarts. Shop here for repels once that's available, please. Now for my personal favorite, flower shops. There are 4 variants of flower shops, and they sell 2 things, mulch and berries. Mulch is free money. Seriously. There are 4 types of mulch, and your variant will immediately be revealed to you by which type of mulch they sell right away. So if you want to have multiple flower shops, make sure they all have different varieties of mulch. Right here, this is damp. You can see it in the description because it doesn't say it on the menu. Mulch only has one purpose, to be sold. There's someone in a far-off town who will always buy mulch for more than what it's sold for here, so always buy it. The quantities go up per day as the shop levels up, too. Now on to berries. Every single flower shop will eventually sell lumberries. Nice, restores any type of status. And also lepa berries, meaning this is another place where we can freely buy PP recovering items. Of the 4 variants, 2 of them will always sell citrus berries, and 2 of them will always sell orange berries. As for the variations, each one will sell a few incredibly rare berries, such as this Ganlon berry here that is outright impossible to get anywhere else in Generation 5, and let's be frank, might as well have been impossible to obtain in any generation before this. For 1,400 Poké Dollars, you can't beat that. There's also berries that lower effort values, though not as much as the barber shop does. And then the piece de resistance are things like the Wackenberry, Kebia Berry, Tanga Berry, and Colbur Berry. These lower super effective damage from specific types, and across the 4 variants, you can get all 16 of them. The flower shop is the one I recommend having multiple of the most. This is by far the best way to get any of this stuff with berry growing not being allowed in any way, shape, or form. The shop just does it all for you. You go in, you pay them a little cash, and there you go. You can walk out with berries of any variety under the rainbow. My ultimate goal is to purchase a lot of these berries and then eventually replace these flower shops with new ones until I've raised up all 4 variants to rank 10, and thus have more of every type of berry than I could know what to do with. Yeah, sure, I'll buy some Lumberries while I'm at it. Those are good. Oh, mulch. You know, getting this shop to the point where I could buy 4 mulch per day was really tumultuous. Oh, my other one had a Salac berry. Many thanks, Lord Rindo. The cafe is the catch-all. It raises happiness and raises effort values, though not as well as the barber or dojo. It's more just the fact that the shop can provide multiple services in one slot if you're short on them. There are 2 variants, and the only difference are the secret dishes. This one raises the defense stat, attack stat, and HP stat significantly. These translate into 48 effort values, and the other variant will have the other 3 stats at 48 effort values. Otherwise, all of these power lunches are available in both variants, and they raise effort values by 20. The only reason you would want this over another shop type is because they sell Wonder Dessert and Wonder Dinner. These raise Pokemon levels by 3 and by 8 for a better value than the dojo. Maybe you're big on trying to make your Pokemon as strong as they could possibly be. You could have 2 of these, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. There is one downside to buying levels, however, now that I'm recommending that you do it. Pokemon skip evolving and learning new moves if they're leveled up in Join Avenue. You'll have to find a move relearner. There is one final shop type that's pretty elusive, the Nursery, which makes it easier to hatch eggs. There are no eggs in the main story, and thus no nurseries until after then, and after the avenue is hit rank 15. There are no variants, so just build one of them if you want it. Certain shopkeepers will ask to change their store to a nursery once they've been unlocked, and if accepted, they keep their rank, which is not typical of other stores when you change them. That said, I don't think this is the most useful store, so I'm not too sad about missing out on it. This was the game that introduced most of the modern breeding mechanics that give you guaranteed chances of passing on natures and abilities and all that junk, so it isn't necessary to hardcore breed to get a good Pokemon, and really hatching just 1 or 2 eggs is nothing that you can't handle. I'd say that this is a pretty easy shop to skip. And now we end on the final unlockable, which we get at rank 20. Greet everyone. This is so cute. I met Janice on May 6th. That wasn't even a month ago at the time of saying this. You get a little Hall of Fame walk of... I almost said walk of shame, but that isn't what I mean at all. No, you get a fun little parade with all your assistants where you get to celebrate everything that you've built. This whole place is such a fun little feature. It came back in Sun and Moon, but I feel like it was done ever so slightly better here. Because in this one, it's not too invasive on the overall experience. There, it was seen as an inconvenience by most players that didn't care about it because it was the gateway to anything multiplayer rather than just being a separate area. Join Avenue's pretty neat, wouldn't you say? It might not be the most useful thing if you don't focus on building it up hardcore, but if you do, wow, is there a lot to it, and can you get so much out of it? Met Eliza a few days ago. Greg, sorry I called you a useless lump on a desk, but it's true. I wonder how that person feels for making that. Wow, the nurse has like the most stoned look on her face. Wow. And I'm rank 30. I'll still be developing this a little bit off screen and just getting the rewards from it, but you've seen everything there is to really see and do here. But you wanna know what's even cooler than Join Avenue? Medals! I am sitting on so many freaking medals because I haven't talked to this guy in so long. What did I get at MomoCon, the convention I just got back from? 30 bucks. Oh, huh, that's for having 30 Pokemon in the PC. Okay, come on, lay it on me. Great customer. I think that's for spending a lot of money in shops. 100 passerby! I got 300 passerby. What are you talking about? But that's the highest medal for getting a number of passerby, so I don't gotta worry about that anymore. Already. Only 4 badges too. Big Star. I don't know what that is. Please, please, yes. Broad Friendship. Please, please. Guiding Champ, as we're guiding a lot of people to the stores they wanted to go to. Okay, Souvenir, yes, I am okay at being given presents. Such a good compliment, thank you. Good Souvenir Getter. Oh, okay, well, I got better at it with time, you know? I'm really good. Great, wow, look at me. I am renowned for all the presents I receive. I have an award for it even. Okay, before we get to this next one, I gotta make you aware of something. So at MomoCon, we did a little Q&A panel, and I noticed a lot of people in the audience had their sea gear on. So I asked everybody by a show of hands how many of them there were, and I had us all play a FunFest mission together. And this happened. Just tap the thing in the middle of your sea gear. 29!
29! Come on, baby! Oh my God!
30! Difficult achievements to get in this game.
USA, USA.
You guys, thank you. 30 people Fun Fest! So this is a medal for playing locally with 30 people at the same time. It is disgusting that they thought anyone outside of Japan could ever achieve this, but we've done it. I didn't think I'd be able to do this at just a random event that we were doing. I was gonna put together a meetup proper in some populated area and do this, but I didn't have to. You guys are just that amazing bringing your stuff, man. Participant level 2, so I've done a lot of those. Okay, so I haven't earned 100 medals yet. I was wondering if I had. Do I dare look at my medal case and see how close I am and have to do more? 83, okay, no, I'm not that close, never mind. That's amazing though, wow. I don't think I have all the souvenir related ones. I think I still have to get the 100 one of those, but we are getting there. We're getting there. Only took playing this game locally with over 300 people to get kind of close to completing it. Anyway, that is all for now. Next time on Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, we move on toward the next city. Yeah, we've been in the Nimbasa area for a while, but it's time we get a move on. We gotta go to bigger and better things. See you guys then.